According to data released November 16th, Russia's economy has recently entered a recession, 8 months after invading neighboring Ukraine. Russia is the world's largest producer of oil and natural gas, but the country is now facing economic upheaval. According to Rosstat, Russia's statistics agency, GDP fell by 4% in the third quarter of 2022, following a 4.1% loss in the previous quarter. Nonetheless, for the first time since 2009, its GDP entered a technical recession following 2 consecutive quarterly drops. Furthermore, according to current estimates, Russia's GDP is expected to contract by up to 3.5% next year. In this video, Defense Updates analyzes how sanctions are finally starting to impact the Russian economy. Let's get started. This video is sponsored by NordVPN. Get an exclusive NordVPN deal by going to nordvpn.com/defense or clicking the link in the description. Use the code DEFENSE at the checkout to get an extra month free for the 2-year plan. It's risk-free with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee. Sanctions are nothing new in Russia's relationship with the West. The United States, the European Union, and other countries have imposed sanctions on Russia since 2014. They first began following the Russian annexation of Crimea, which was deemed an illegal, forceful action by the international community at large. These sanctions are intended to destroy Russia's economy and force it to succumb to Western demands. In an economic battle, such as the one being fought against Russia these days, the sanctions imposed on Russia act, in effect, as a weapon of mass destruction. These restrictions prohibited countries from making new investments in Russia's energy sector or engaging in arms commerce with Russia. They also prohibit the export of certain commodities, such as military equipment and dual-use technology, that could be used in Russia's energy sector. Sanctions on Russia have affected its economy in a negative way, which has resulted in these contractions. Here's a brief overview. 1. The U.S. has barred Russia from making debt payments using foreign currency held in U.S. banks. 2. Major Russian banks have been removed from the International Financial Messaging System, SWIFT. 3. The European Union, or EU, will ban imports of Russian oil brought in by sea from December. 4. The EU will ban all imports of refined oil products from Russia in February 2023. 5. The U.S. is banning all Russian oil and gas imports. 6. The U.K. will phase out Russian oil by the end of 2022. It no longer imports Russian gas. 7. Germany has frozen plans for the opening of the Nord Stream 2 gas pipeline from Russia. 8. The EU has stopped importing Russian coal. 9. From December, the EU and G7 also want to cap the price countries pay for Russian oil. Western insurers will not cover oil shipments if they pay more than the cap. 10. The US, EU, UK, and other countries have sanctioned more than 1,000 Russian individuals and businesses, including so-called oligarchs. Elvira Nabiullina, Russia's top central banker, says that the situation is unpredictable and that they must keep an eye on it. They'll be prepared to conquer any challenges that may arise. It's not all one-sided, as sanctions are turning out to be a double-edged sword. And while it's obvious that sanctions have had some success in this area, they also come at a high cost to the U.S. and its allies. Billions of consumers around the world are seeing higher oil prices seep into the cost of living and wages. Gas prices in the U.S. are much higher, with future reductions nowhere in sight. The prices of food and energy have risen in the U.S., and the forecast is for more of the same for the rest of 2022 into 2023. Similar, and in some cases worse, economic downturns are being experienced all over Europe and the UK. Russia has taken some specific steps. They've responded to sanctions by prohibiting the importation of many food commodities from the United States and the European Union. This has given other countries, such as China, Iran, and Turkey, an opportunity to export additional food products to Russia. Russia is one of the most fascinating countries on the planet. It has a plentiful supply of natural resources, as well as a well-developed transportation system. Apart from huge reserves of gas and oil, Russia has 30% of the world's forests and more than 20% of the world's freshwater reserves. It's not a country whose economy can be dragged down easily. The country is going through significant economic difficulties right now, but can cope to an extent in the short to medium term. The main issue will be the long-term ramifications. Russia's main export is oil and gas, and if countries like Germany shun its supplies slowly, it will lead to a major problem. While the West is hurting, the Russian economy faces bleak prospects if these sanctions remain in place. It remains to be seen what President Putin and the Kremlin do as the effects of sanctions slowly kick in.
Subscribe for more videos like this. Hit the like button if you find the video interesting, and kindly provide your feedback in the comment section. This will help us improve.